Everything you see here is strictly informational. Forex is a high-risk business. Please do not place trades with more money than what you don't have. Please do not trade other people's money. Do not borrow any money than what you cannot trade with. And please take everything that I say as a personal opinion. I am not considered a financial advisor. I'm not considered a broker. I am just one here simply recording my journey along learning the markets.
What's up, guys? It's Ted here with Bodies and Wicks. That's what I call this thing. If you don't know what that is, it's a candlestick. Like a candlestick in trading anyway. Anyways, I'm here to talk about Ethereum for this video and what the price action is possibly going to look at in the future, and try to be a Debbie Downer on you guys. Not really a Debbie Downer, but just to look at this realistically. I know that it's been pushing up pretty hard, lately. But we got to take a look at this, as a whole. So I come from looking at this as a price action reader. Also, I study a lot of ICT stuff, Inner Circle Trader. If you don't know about him, you should definitely look Inner Circle Trader up, and he is probably the best at reading price action and knowing to understand where the market is going to go. So with that being said, I'm going to turn it over to the charts and see if I can't kind of describe what we can possibly see here. First, I want to talk about the maker market sell model, maker market buy model. So if you don't know what the maker market buy and sell models are, let's go ahead and go over here to the there we go. So if I just search market maker buy model, sell model, this is what will come up, right? So this is kind of what the market does. It goes into area, consolidates, moves to a different area, consolidates, moves to different area, consolidates, and then you'll see it go up and above and then below different areas. This is a monthly here on the Euro British pound, a little bit different than Ethereum, but you get the concept. It's pretty similar. All right, so if we take a look at Ethereum, now this is on a daily basis, and this is the history of Ethereum. As you can see, it went up early, really quick, came back down. We've been in a consolidation, but you see a little market maker buy and sell models all throughout here. Now, as you can see, we know it's been pushing up pretty hard lately. But the question is it going to keep doing that? Or is it going to make market maker buy and sell models in this area and then keep pushing down or keep pushing up? That is a good question, and I think where we hit right now, I think this is probably a top for a while. It could push a little bit higher. I don't think it's, if anything, it could get to, it's somewhere between 800 and 900. I don't see it getting above, this area for very long, right? I don't see it pushing upwards of, 1600, anytime soon. So if we want to try to look at closer as to what the market maker buy and sell models have been doing. Now this is recently. This is probably since August. These areas that we have of consolidation goes down. Now we have another area consolidation, and now I see a lot of people saying that it's just going to continue upwards and upwards. That's really not a way to look at a market, right? It would be awesome if that did that, especially if you're investing in it right now, like I am. But right now, your best bet is to average cost down, right? To just put in bits and pieces here as it dips. If I want to look at it like an hourly basis, this is what I would think it would probably do, right? It would do this, if anything, because what you want to do is you want to look at the daily highs and the daily lows, right? Because each day it's going to try to break one of them, believe it or not. So and you can see that in the price action, right? So if we go back to the daily, that's why I have these blue lines, right? That's what these blue lines are, and these are the daily lows that are coming up, right? That's going to try to break. I think it's going to try to break these daily lows. Why do I think that? Is because there was a huge area of daily highs right here that it did break. Like, it broke all those daily highs, right? There's two up here that it didn't break. So I think we saw a top for a while. If anything, it could break those. But then after that, I think it's going to fall, because after that, we don't have daily highs for quite some time. So I think this is a good resistance area. And right here, you're going to find a good support area. But then again, even lower, you're going to find better support areas. And what I did see also, you're going to see these two equal lows, right? Whenever you see equal lows, always think the market is probably going to come back to them, because it's going to want to try to break them, because people have their buy limits set right here in case it ever does come back. And they'll usually have, a short stop loss. If you're ever trading, if you don't know how to trade, if you never use MetaTrader 4, anything like that, you should look into it. It's how you make money really, really quick. Instead of like investing, you're actually trading. You're only throwing, you can throw in as little as 10 cents with an account of $100, and you usually make $1 for every dollar that Ethereum makes. So if you put in 10 cents here, right, when it was 369, and you put in a buy on November 2nd, right, and it goes up to here at 621, how much is that? 21, it's about 250, something like that. So you could have made $250 in from November 2nd to November 4th. So 22 days, you could have made $250. That's how trading works. Instead of actually putting in $250, and then letting it go up to there, and then you would make that, whatever that is. Instead, you're only putting in 10 cents, and then you would make $250. That's how the trading works. So if you don't know MetaTrader 4, look it up. I'm kind of at this a perspective for people that don't know how to trade, people that are kind of investing using Coinbase or something like that. If you look into MetaTrader 4, and if that's what you're interested, if you're looking into long term, then you're more of like an investor, and then putting in like little bits here at a time using Coinbase. That's cool too. I would honestly suggest that, because trading can rip your heart out really, really quickly. Believe me. I've been trading since May, and I've experienced some bad trades, but lately I've been doing pretty good. But I do want to explain how this could possibly be going forward. That way, if you haven't ever looked at a real market and understand the future of it, what it can do. So I wanted to get tell people, hey, and if you want to, go ahead, and especially if you're investing, I would say this is probably a good place to invest. Maybe wait for it to get a little bit lower, because I think it will get lower. I don't think it's going to skyrocket and keep going up like it has been. I think it's in a frenzy, and once everybody gets in a frenzy and they start buying, the traders start selling, right? When the traders start selling, the people that have a lot of money in this game, they can push this, right? They can push this low as they want if they want to. So if they keep selling, they can keep pushing it low and low and low until it gets to a certain spot, and then they buy. They will sell to buy, right? That is kind of the idea of smart money theory. The large institutions that have a lot of money, they can really push it low before they start buying again. That way they can get it to a price that they want. Believe it or not, they do that, right? So, and that's why I have this kind of faux market maker sell model here. Where you can kind of see, hey, this is probably what the market could really do, right? You may think it's going to keep going up and up and up, but if you actually look at markets and how they work, and you go to market maker buyer and sell models, you can see that there's multiple areas consolidation. They move up and they move down. So, and if I wanted to give like an actual critique of what I think this is going to do, let's go on the hourly basis. Which one is that one? That's this one. All right, so let me get rid of some of these boxes here. And I think I'm pretty close to this, right? So it did come to this area. And what it's doing now, right, we're seeing it. We're seeing it come down into this box, right? So this box is kind of a consolidation area, or also, it could be an order block. There could be an order block somewhere in here. If I am mistaken, I don't really see something that really strikes me as an order block, to be honest. An order block is something that basically, since it's going up, you're going to want to look for a candle that basically it's going to be a solid candle that pushes down, but then right afterwards pushes back up. So it could be this one here, because then it does come back down and hit it, right? And that's called mitigation. So anybody holding a sell in this area, right, once it comes back down, they could release that sell and then buy, So that's how market makers do this. They'll push it down, they'll sell it, and then they'll buy. As they're still holding that sell, it comes back down to this area, they release that sell, and then they go back up. So now it could be in this candle here, right? So, but then again, you see how it moved up, and then it comes to this candle. What I want to do is I'll put out some horizontal rays, right? Not every, down candle is going to be like that. You kind of just have to look for it, right? So if I drew that, let me actually discolor that and make this color. Let's make it bright yellow, right? So you can see it. So you can see this last down candle push down, market goes up, it comes back down into this candle, right? So that's where I would look for like an order block. This down candle here, what did it do? It came up, came back down, pushed into here. Now we don't have another, well, actually kind of. If I put one here, it doesn't really touch, but it kind of does. Like I said, not every candle, not every down candle is going to be, an order block. They will get close to it, sell it. That way they can kind of, release it. I don't think anybody's holding a sell going up this. Well, yeah, they could. I don't, to be completely honest. So if it does come back down, it will come back down to this area, and it could hit another one of these order blocks, and then go back up, and then you got the same thing on the downside, right? You got one in the last candle that pushes up, right? Before it goes back down, sends a displacement. It'll hit an order block, come back up to an order block. And that's how basically price action works. You're looking for something like that. So that's why I think right now it could be going back down, hitting one of these. Now we got to look for those same candles that are up here, right? One that pushes down before it goes back up. So that would be something like this. Right here you have a breaker, right? It's kind of close to a breaker. Because a breaker is basically what I'm telling you all, kind of the same thing, right? Once it comes back down to that area, the price there hits it, it'll either, you can see it came back up, and then you can see it kind of hit another one here, right? One that has a high, right, a low, and then a higher high. That low is going to be the breaker, right? So the market knows that, it comes back, it hits it, it stays within that consolidation, goes down, hits another breaker, comes back up, same thing. So hits hitting breakers and order blocks. That's how to read price action, right? So that's why I think, especially now, we kind of had a big wide range of areas. Like whenever it did take off, right? You kind of see that, and it has those areas. Now it's kind of consolidating. And I think we're going to see more of that. We're going to see more wide-ranged areas, but it's going to be more up and down, right? So that's why I have this market drawn out like this. Don't get your hopes up that it's just going to keep going and going and going. I don't think that's a good way to look at the market. But we'll see, right? See, this is kind of how I have Bitcoin drawn out. Very similar. And one of the reasons I put this on here too is because you see this trend line, right? So if I go to the daily and you see this trend line, this is what a lot of people get tripped up on. They see a trend line, they think, oh, it's going to follow this and it's going to keep going forever. It's not how trend lines work, right? Trend lines are just kind of, they're there to kind of trick your eye. People think that, it follows a trend line. As soon as it hits it, you're going to buy. And it probably will get to this trend line and buy. But the reason it's going to do it is because it's right on top of, see, that's why I drew that there. It's right on top of that. So if I'm guessing, and I think I have this on the same on Bitcoin too, probably December 7th, 8th, 9th, you'll probably see that come back down and hit that trend line, go back up, but then break the trend line. And the reason it's going to break the trend line is because people are going to be buying at that area when it comes back down. They're going to think that that's a positive area to buy. Well, the market makers see that as an area of liquidity. So that's where people have their buy limits. As soon as it trips that buy limit, the money starts running. As soon as the money starts running, they're going to want to take that. And once it hits their stop loss, that money goes to the broker pays them, right? Or whoever's on the opposite side of that trade. If you're selling on that trade, that's who the money's going to go to. Whoever's buying on that trade, you're going to lose that money. So that's why I say the market makers could push this down and then take all the money from all the people who are going to frenzy buying, and that's why it goes down, right? And into these consolidation areas. So that's what I wanted to kind of point out and tell you guys. And again, I get a lot of my information from the ICT Inner Circle Trader. If you want to check him out, he's got a lot of great videos. A lot of it's on Forex though. I'm just trying to apply that methodology from Forex to crypto. He does it on crypto as well. He called Bitcoin when at that 20K top, back when it happened. He said it wouldn't be back for a while. I don't know exactly what the video is called, but if you look through his library of videos, you can find it. But just throwing that out there in case people didn't know. I just want to educate people on how markets work. Because if you're throwing in a lot of money in Ethereum, you may want to wait. Like I wouldn't throw $100,000 into Ethereum right now. No way. I would definitely wait it out and see if it got lower. You could put a little bit in. That's not a problem. I'd put a little bit in right now. But if you're putting your whole savings on it and banking on your whole savings, maybe not now is the best time. Just saying. You may want to wait a little bit. That's all I got to say. Anyways, thank you for watching this video. If you think this content is good, please give it a like. More people that are looking for videos like this are more apt to watch the video if they see people have liked it. So if you can like the video, if you want to, there is that subscribe button down there. Go ahead and click that subscribe button. That would be awesome because I will produce more content like this later. And hopefully I will see you guys soon. But to always remember to wear your pants. Thank you.